The best rivalry in Classic Physique continues. At the 2023 Arnold Classic, we saw another battle between Ramon Dino and Urs Kalaczynski. It came down to both of these guys at finals, with Ramon ultimately prevailing and winning the Arnold Classic. Urs taking second in the Best Poser Award. And I'm going to show you guys today that final call out and give you guys the comparisons between these two. Come check it out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Brant at CPC Bodybuilding, the Classic Physique Collective, your home for all things Classic Physique, the home of the best coverage of men's Classic Physique on YouTube as well as Instagram. You guys can find me here at CPC Bodybuilding. I'm also now working with Evogen supplements. You can use code CPC Bodybuilding 10 to save yourself 10% off on all the best supplements out there. I personally use them and have used them for years, so I could not recommend them anymore. Very excited to be working with the people at Evogen. So, for today's video, like I mentioned before, we're getting into a comparison between Ramon and Urs. This was requested by you guys, so I had a few people send me some DMs saying that they wanted to see me compare Ramon and Urs at this year's Arnold Classic finals, so that's what I'm going to give you guys. Let's jump into the highlights from finals. So as you guys can see here, we've got Urs on the left and Ramon on the right in a front relax, moving into a front double bicep. And here what we see is, I like how Ramon is hitting the pose straight on, though he does not have his arms above parallel compared to his shoulders, which is what you want. I do actually think Ramon beats Urs here because he just looks bigger through the arms and then also very even in the quads. But I don't think Ramon's lats look as small as people say they do in relation to his arms. And here we got the side chest. I think, again, this is probably Ramon's most dominant pose. Ramon is much thicker through the upper body than Urs. That density really wins him this pose. They're relatively even here in the lower body. Maybe a slight edge to Urs. He looks a bit more detailed and dry in the lower body right here, but I think Ramon wins this remarkably with the thickness in his deltoids, in his arms, and his torso. The back double bicep is a really interesting pose here because this is one I would typically actually give to Urs, but I would probably give this to Ramon because if you notice, they're relatively even in the lower body in this pose. Great glutes, hamstrings, and calves. But when you look at the back detail, notice you can see a lot more in Ramon's back. It just looks drier and more muscular than Urs. It looks thicker, and really there isn't that much of a width difference when you compare them in this specific scenario, though sometimes it looks like Urs might have more width through the lats. Ab and thigh coming here. And I froze this where they hit down on the abs. They both also hit vacuums. I think this is a pretty even pose, maybe a slight edge to Urs here, actually. I think he looks a little bit drier in the abs at finals, though I think Ramon probably looked drier in the abs at prejudging. But I would probably say slight edge to Urs here, but ab and thigh isn't something that is a very dramatic pose. Now, favorite classic, this is a bit hard to compare simply because they're not hitting the same pose. Personally, I think the favorite classic pose should be hit with a front pose just because the judges want to see your face in this. And I think I would give this to Urs simply because he's showing off his strengths, which are his lats, his quads, and just his overall width. Which, I mean, this is a great shot for Ramon, but that's not his strength. I think Ramon's strength is his arms, his legs, and his thickness. And I don't think that twisting back double really shows that. But I actually think Ramon should hit something like the teacup pose that Urs was hitting, maybe even like a mantis pose, something like that. And now we've got front double again. And I still like Ramon in this pose just because he just looks bigger than Urs. That's what it comes down to for me. Very similar level of conditioning, though slight edge to Ramon, especially in the upper body. Very similar lower body condition. Even though Ramon's not hitting this pose exactly how you want to, I would still take him in that pose. Next up, we got the side chest. And again, this is probably Ramon's best pose. Probably Urs's worst pose, although I do think Urs's lower body right here is slightly more detailed, at least at finals. But Ramon definitely has the edge in the upper body here, especially in the side shots. Back double bicep again. And great lower body development from both of these guys. And like I said before, I think I would typically give this pose to Urs because he looks wider, but here Ramon's detail is so difficult to beat. You just see everything through the traps, the rhomboids. His back just looks better in that pose at finals. And then ab and thigh again. You're going to see both of these guys hit down on their abs and then pull a vacuum. I actually like Ramon's vacuum a little bit better than when he hits down on his abs personally. But I would say slight edge to Urs there. And then here, favorite classic pose, Ramon with the twisting back double. That is a dope shot, especially at the Arnold Classic. And then Urs with the teacup pose. And I would probably give that one to Urs. But that is the comparison between Urs and Ramon at the 2023 Arnold Classic finals. Again, Ramon won that 2023 Arnold Classic, and Urs took second in the Best Poser Award. This is the best rivalry in Classic for a good reason. These guys are the future of Classic Physique, and I love seeing the battle that we get every time on stage with these guys. So that is going to do it for the highlights today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Instagram at CPC Bodybuilding to stay up to date with all of the latest Classic Physique news. This is Brant for CPC Bodybuilding, signing out. Keep it classic, y'all. See ya.